These are just a few long guns and my Glock 19. There's my 26 that I had on me. I'm not going to pull all the hand. I'm not going to roll out all the handguns. I just a few long guns and a couple handguns, just so we can get the conversation started. So, be right back. Firearms. It's another one that you can go way down the rabbit hole as far as getting into these big discussions. What's the better firearm to have with you? For the purpose of this video, I just got a few laid out on the table, and I'm gonna run through them really quickly, and I'm gonna tell you probably what I would have with me with my inch bag, depending on it's situationally dependent. If I'm protecting my family and that's the main focus, then I'm gonna have a different firearm possibly than if I need to feed my family. Although with most of these you can do both, but it is going to depend on whether I'm carrying or bringing with me a lot more tactical gear. I know a lot of my videos I don't show a tactical side, but that doesn't mean I don't have the gear, and that doesn't mean I haven't trained with it. So with that said, let's just go through. I know there's a video, well, there's several, but I saw a video not too long ago where a guy made a case for an AR being the ultimate survival gun. I'm not gonna argue with that. I'm not gonna argue with that at all. It might not be the firearm I have with me, but man, I'm not disagreeing with him, because I can put food on the table with this as well as protect my family. So it very well may be that this would be the gun that would go with me. So an AR I think would be an excellent choice. Next up would be a 12 gauge 870. I've had this gun for I don't know how long I've had it. When I moved down here 21 years ago, when I got married and moved here from my hometown, somewhere around that time I bought this gun for hunting, deer hunting. At that time we could only use a shotgun to deer hunt in Indiana, so this was the gun to have, and I had to have it, and I think I got it maybe for Christmas or something one year. It's been my main hunting gun, deer hunting gun, for all these years. So this gun, you can, as far as I'm concerned, you can go to battle with this gun. You can go to war with this gun, and you can feed your family. So this is another excellent choice in my opinion. Got a Mossberg 410. I don't see anything wrong with this gun. 410 is a good squirrel gun, a good rabbit gun. You can protect yourself with this gun. I don't think I would want to go into any kind of battle with it, but I would probably put this gun in one of my kids' hands. Maybe my youngest son would carry this gun along with his inch bag. Or my oldest son, I'm not sure. Maybe my wife, I don't know. Ruger 1020, another excellent choice. I love this gun, it's light. The argument, well, we'll get back to that. This is another gun, you can protect yourself with it. I wouldn't want to go into battle with it, but you can protect yourself with it, and you can put food on the table with it. More on that here in a second. This is a Rossi lever action 357. Another good gun. This is a possibility. Some type of lever action would be a possibility in my opinion. Excellent gun. To me, they're kind of like the revolver of the firearms. They do work, and it's a good choice. I would probably put this in one of my kids' hands. Remember, I know I'm building an inch bag, my inch bag, but I'm also thinking about the scenario and the possibilities and the rest of my family and how all this would play out. So this is another gun. I would probably put this, if I didn't carry it myself. Now I wouldn't have a bit of problem carrying this gun, but given my options that I'm going to have, this would be carried by one of the kids or my wife. That's it as far as long guns. There's a lot more options out there, and I'm not arguing any of them. My choice is going to be, again, given the scenario, AR. If it's really that bad, and something like this is needed, then it's with me. I don't have any problem taking it. But if I'm being honest, if it happened right now and I was grabbing stuff, I would grab this 870. This would be the gun that would go with me. And bandoliers of shells. The only issue I would have with taking this gun is the amount of ammunition I would be able to take with me, as far as the weight goes and the bulk. There's where the argument comes in with maybe the 10-22. You can carry thousands of rounds of ammunition, and it's going to be a lot lighter, and it's still going to serve you pretty well. So there's that argument to be made, and I'm not going to disagree for those that would carry the 10-22, because it's a possibility for me. But even with that said, I think when it all came down to it, out of all these guns, I think they're excellent choices, any one of them. But I would trust my life with this gun to feed my family and to protect my family over all of those guns. Yeah, this would be my choice to grab if it happened right now. That would be the gun, Remington 870. Now, handguns. I didn't roll out all my handguns. I carried a Glock 19. I've carried a Glock 19 since 2006, I think. This is the first Glock that I bought. I walked into a gun store and walked out with this gun, and I've carried it ever since, up until about 2 months ago. I've got about 7,000 or so rounds through this gun. I would trust this gun. I've never had a malfunction whatsoever, not one. I would trust this gun with my life without a doubt. 2 months ago, I put that up, and summer hit, and I thought, well, I'm gonna go the route of what a lot of these guys say, and they're gonna carry a smaller handgun during the summer months when you're wearing shorts and t-shirts and all that. And I don't know, maybe I just was finally ready for a little bit of a change, so I started carrying my 26. I've had this for several years, and I've carried it for a backup, and I've shot it a lot, but I just never carried it as my main firearm. So about 2 months ago, I started carrying it, and it really is, in my opinion, it's a lot lighter, not a lot lighter, but I can tell a difference. I think it's a pretty significant difference in the size. It's more concealable, in my opinion, but so there's your trade-off. But I would always grab my 19 if like I said, if it happened right now, I would grab the 19 and I would grab that 870, and then I would think about everything else. I would grab my 26 as a backup. I would start stuffing stuff. Now, I would like to say that there's a possibility. Let's go back to the scenario. What's going on? Let's go back to, I know that I'm building my inch bag, but I've got 11 family members that I'm thinking about as well. This gun would be carried by my oldest boy, I would imagine, one or the other. If I'm carrying this shotgun, he's going to be carrying this AR, and vice versa. So that's actually a firepower, I guess. That's a good way to look at it. I'm not really giving up. Maybe I'm giving up what I'm carrying. Maybe I'm giving up the firepower of an AR for my 870, but I still got that firepower with me if my son's carrying it. Does that make sense? So if you think about it, I'm carrying, unless I'm by myself, I'm carrying all these guns and the rest that's in the safe. I'm carrying all of them because my wife's going to be armed with a long gun and a handgun. My oldest boy, my youngest boy, how many daughters do I have? Whatever daughters are with me, I've got a 21 all the way down to a 3-year-old. So whoever's old enough to carry a firearm and I have trained is going to be carrying a firearm. Whether it's a shotgun, it could be a single shot. I'm a big fan of a single shot 12 gauge or 20 gauge shotgun. So they may be carrying. They may be carrying a single shot 20 gauge, a youth model 20 gauge. So that's it. I'm not going to get really any further into firearms. That's what I would do. Those are my quick opinions on the subject, and we could get on and on and on about firearms and tactical gear and all that, and talk about all the other handguns, revolvers, and handguns for hunting, 4-inch barrel plus. But that's me. And when I do get to the final inch bag, the final video on this inch bag series, then you'll see which one of these I'll have with me, and the rest of whatever tactical gear I may or may not have in going along with that inch bag, included in that setup. So we'll see as we go on. Stand by. We're going to move into, I think we're going to do first aid. We'll maybe do a separate video on first aid, and I think we're going to wrap it up with kind of a lot of gear that I missed. I think I talked about head nets and stuff in shelter, but I'm going to touch on some more of that stuff later. So a couple more videos or so, and we're going to end up wrapping this up, and I'm going to show you the finished pack, and it might surprise you what I have in mind for the actual finished pack. There could be a surprise mixed in here. So thanks for watching. That's firearms, and we'll see you on the next video.